When it comes to the elite, the Navy has its own fair share of the game. Welcome to the headquarters of the SSGN, or the Special Service Group Navy. Now, unlike the SSG of the Army, the Navy's Special Service is a smaller contingent, a tighter contingent of men which are based and operate primarily and inspired by the model, the warfare model of the US Navy SEALs. Navy SEALs, as you might know from the movies, can fight in all three dimensions of warfare: sea, air, and land. And it is effectively here at the headquarters where these men, the men of the SSGN, train once again on the US Navy SEALs model, inspired by the three-dimension warfare platform to be able to fight in sea, air, and land. This is the elite. This is the Navy. And here we go. Welcome to PNS IQBAL, home of the Navy's Special Forces, the SSGN, or the Special Service Group Navy. These are volunteer SEAL trainees, the main contingent of the SSGN. SEAL is the abbreviation for Sea, Air, and Land Forces, a three-dimensional combat unit which can operate in all or any environment. First, a disclaimer. Over 90% of these trainees will not make it to the SSGN. They will return to their regular jobs in the Navy. A select few will be certified to perform the mainstay operations of the SSGN. These include frogman maneuvers, airborne operations, salvage and search and rescue procedures, and of course, commando assaults and anti-terrorist raids. The primary objective of these SEALs, when they are ready, will be clandestine. We will probably never hear about their achievements or see them in action. There will be no live TV coverage or any in-depth interviews. The training is grueling, even humiliating. Because of the nature of their special role, these potential SEALs are challenged to the limits, mentally and physically, for weeks on end. Ample sleep and food is a luxury. Hand-to-hand combat, sit-ups, front rolls, and drown-proofing, the ability to stay afloat while tied up in water, are their new abilities. And familiarity with the new home away from home, the water, is key. This is what they will eventually become. SSG Navy SEALs must learn to master a variety of weapons. But with guns must come tactics. In this close-quarter combat training exercise, these Navy commandos must work in close coordination with each other and optimize the use of their firearms by combining agile, physical maneuvers with quick, short fire bursts. The demands of close-quarter combat are that man and machine work as a single unit and become a larger weapon, rapid and accurate. Confidence is key. Here, a Navy commando simulating a terrorist who is holding a civilian hostage has to be engaged. His colleagues will storm and rescue. A training exercise like any other, this mock-up has one unique characteristic. Live rounds are being used. Inaccuracy will in all certainty lead to a fatality. But it doesn't. The exercise is completed. Confidence building and not just weapons and tactics are a key component of special operations training.
All right, you are go.
4 letters, 12 men, 1 mission, and 1 very, very fast boat. Welcome to VBSS, or Visit, Board, Search and Seizure. VBSS is a maritime operation which is based on boarding actions and tactics designed to capture enemy vessels. Combating terrorism, piracy and smuggling is an important goal of VBSS, and it is a staple activity of the SSG Navy. This is the MRTP-15, short for Multi-Role Tactical Platform. That's because this boat can be deployed for a variety of missions, from search and rescue to anti-terrorist operations and even commando insertion and extraction. The boat's most visible spec is its top speed, over 60 knots, which on the road would equate to over 100 kilometers an hour. But it is also equipped with a threat avoidance and detection radar and reduced heat and acoustic signature systems which allow it to sneak up to its targets. In this VBSS exercise, a team of SSGN commandos is on harbor patrol, standing by for moving orders to rescue a merchant navy vessel which has been taken over by pirates and the crew held hostage.
Okay, SVBSS team, get ready.
When the word comes, they have to move, and move fast. Their battle gear includes ballistic protective helmets and short-range, close-quarter combat MP5 submachine guns. The speed of the boat accelerates them to their objective in quick time. Momentum is their biggest advantage. The first weapon the commandos deploy is not a gun. It is a boarding ladder. Because they will go on board the boat without clearance and they have to avoid detection, the boarding ladder is the quickest, safest way up. The first fire team moves into position. Their job is to dispose of the sentry who is on the other side of the deck. Using the structure of the vessel as cover, the SEALs deploy in a fire and move maneuver. Engaging the sentry has to be quick and silent. No weapons can be used because the SEALs will be detected and the alarm will be raised. Disabling the sentry's communication gear is as important as disarming him. The apprehension is over as quickly as the start. Meanwhile, the second fire team is in position. It is tasked with approaching the bridge, which is on the top deck on the other side of the vessel. They form a 180-degree fire radius position to provide each other cover with the MP5s. The vessel, because of its structure and layout, can provide easy access for any enemy gunman, and the MP5 allows the SEALs the operating mobility to negotiate tight spaces and corners. The approach in has to be stealthy, calibrated, and more than anything else, coordinated. The margin of error is 0. The SEALs split into 2 fire teams. The first one will have to approach the main entrance of the bridge, but first engage the guard stationed outside. Using weapons because of risk to the hostages is not an option. The second fire team has a different and perhaps more difficult task. Though they will not have to engage a guard, their route is not as straightforward and longer and could also give away their presence. They will have to approach with even more stealth. Moreover, they have to breach the bridge from its rear entrance, which is where the terrorist's leader is located. It is time to breach the bridge. The action begins. First, the guard on the top deck is engaged. Then, both fire teams move in from both entrances, simultaneously. Apprehending the pirates is as important as protecting the hostages and securing the ship's communications. The mission is accomplished, and that too without a single shot being fired. The vessel is secure. Visit, board, search and seizure, or VBSS, is executed exactly as it is sequenced, with textbook precision.